Right, so we are asked to simplify fully this algebraic fraction here, which has, if you can see, a quadratic on the top and a quadratic on the bottom. And the way we do algebraic fractions like this is to factorise the top and bottom and then cancel any common factors. So factorise the top and the bottom, or if you like, the numerator and the denominator, but let's just call them top and bottom. Factorise the top and bottom and then cancel. Okay, and then that should be it done. Right, so let's do the top first. Let's separate these things out and look at the top. Well, the top is 3x squared minus 8x minus 3. And I need to put that into a pair of brackets. Okay, well, the first thing to do is to multiply the two end numbers together. So that's 3 times minus 3, and that gives you minus 9. And now all I need to do is find two numbers which multiply together to give minus 9 and add together to give minus 8. And we could go into a little more detail, but actually I think this one's pretty clear that it's minus 9 and 1, because there isn't much other choice we have. Minus 3 and 3 would be the other two numbers, but they don't add together to give minus 8, which these do. Now what do I do? Well, there are a couple of ways forward, and actually I'm ashamed to say that the way I do it is by cheating slightly. Okay, so I'm not going to write equals anything because this is wrong, but I am going to cheat slightly. And I cheat by writing 3x in both brackets. Okay, so this is my cheat. And you will know that that is wrong. Why is 3x times 3x not 3x squared? Because 3 times 3 is 9. So that is actually wrong. But it's a good cheat, because what I do now is I just put these numbers into the brackets. So, oops, wrong pen. Minus 9 and plus 1. And then I uncheat by cancelling. Okay, and what do I mean by cancelling? Or by simplifying the brackets. So if there's a common factor in a bracket, I simply cancel it. So the 3 and the 9 cancel to give me 1 and 3. And now I am going to write an equals, and it's this one is equal to, and that is 1x, so just x minus 3 from the first bracket, and 3x plus 1 from the second bracket. Now there are other ways of doing that, but I use that method because it's quick and easy. Right, so we've factorised the top. So what about factorising the bottom, or the denominator? Well, let's start with 2x squared minus 6x and see what happens. Now you'll notice that this is also a quadratic, okay, because there's an x squared, but there's no number term. And in fact, when we have no number term, well look, there are just common factors everywhere. There's certainly an x, and in fact, there's a 2 as well. Let's just write that out a little more clearly. So the first bit is 2x times x, and then we've got minus 2x times 3, have we not? And look, we've got a common factor of 2x. So I can do 2x times whatever's left. Well, the only things I haven't highlighted there are x and minus 3. And so there is the bottom, nicely factorised. A little bit easier than the top. So now we go back to the whole thing. And we just write it out, put in the factors and see what happens. So 3x squared minus 8x minus 3 over 2x squared minus 6x, that's the question, is equal to, well, the top is x minus 3 times 3x plus 1, which I did by my slightly cheating method, and the bottom is 2x times x minus 3. And we can see there is a common factor, the bracket x minus 3, and my green cancelling pen soon deals with that. So we get 3x plus 1 over 2x, and I can't cancel any further because there is no factor of the top. Although there's an x on the top and the bottom, it's not a factor, so I can't cancel it. And that, my friends, is that.